What's going on? And welcome to another episode of Unbound. This is episode 7. Today we cover it all. We cover it all from shocking shooting in Pennsylvania that left police and civilians seriously hurt. The tragic case of D4VD artist and the discovery of a missing teen in Los Angeles. Charlie Kirk, Jimmy Kimmel, and the growing clash over politics and free speech. Russia accused of mistreating Ukrainian children amid the ongoing war. Bad Bunny's final tour, which what it means for music and culture. WWE Wrestlepalooza massive streaming debut on ESPN. And skyscraper-sized Asteroid making a dangerous close pass to Earth tonight. Tonight, that's happening. Welcome to another episode. Long one tonight, long one. Took me most of the day to come up with everything, because every time I wrote something up, there was already something happening in the world. We're also going to be touching at some point tonight the visit today from. Well, not the visit. He's been there since yesterday, but today was his grand dinner with the UK ministers and stuff like that. President Trump. We're going to be talking about President Trump's visit to the UK this evening. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I hope everybody's having a good day and had a beautiful Thursday. You guys already know we're at it again, another day here on the podcast, making sure that we have all the analytics on everything that is happening tonight. Sorry for the quietness. I'm just trying to make sure I got everything going, making sure everything sounds solid. Make sure you leave a comment at the bottom. Make sure that I know that you're here, and make sure to hit the bell and subscribe button so I know that you're going to be able to get every notification of me being on at night. Again, I would like to say I'm sorry for the late hour of being on. I was supposed to be on a couple hours ago, but every time I looked up some information about certain things that I was keeping up today, more updates were happening. So you already know we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this going. The co-host, hello Haley. The co-host, the co-host currently, they're too busy currently doing too many things of their own. So certain of them are having going back to school again for college, and the other buddy is having some health problems. So until they can figure it out and tell me when is a good time for them to do the show on a set time, then that's when we'll do it. When everybody is on board as I am. So again, I'm sorry that I haven't had co-hosts. It's kind of tough getting some, specifically knowing about topics and keeping up with what I keep up with. But hopefully soon, my regular co-hosts like Lords in Revelation and the special guest Prophet, hopefully he will be making a scene very soon. Thank you very much for asking. And thank you very much again for leaving a comment. Make sure to hit that bell. All right, we're going to be diving right into it tonight. Let's not waste any more time than we have to. All right, we're going to move into the Pennsylvania shooting that leaves police and civilians seriously hurt. A quiet rural stretch of southern Pennsylvania erupted into chaos today after a warrant service operation escalated into a shooting involving police officers and at least two civilians. The incident took place in New York County. Oh, sorry, not New York, in York County, about 115 miles west of Philadelphia and just north of the Maryland border. Give me one moment. I hear myself too much is going to throw me off on my thing here. Sorry. In an area known for rolling farmlands, barns, and tight-knit communities, rather violent crimes scenes. According to initial reports, the shooting began late Wednesday morning, and law enforcement officers attempted to serve a warrant at a residence on a back road in North Codorus Township. Details remain fluid, but multiple agencies have confirmed that gunfire was exchanged, leaving several injured, including police officers themselves. Two individuals are confirmed to be in serious condition and are currently being treated at York Hospital. Officials have not yet released their identities or clarified whether they were law enforcement officers or civilians. Oh, there we go. Reports from local outlets suggest multiple officers were shot during the confrontation. Their conditions range from serious to stable, though state police have yet to give precise numbers. So we're going to find a little bit more out about that later today. All right, where was I? The suspect connected to the warrant is reported to be dead. Conflicting accounts say the individual may have taken their own life after the shootout, while others claim that they were killed in exchange of fire. Officials are arguing patience as facts are verified. This is an ongoing and very active situation, and we are working to gather accurate details before releasing them publicly, a Pennsylvania State Police spokesperson said this afternoon. Local residents describe hearing what they first thought were fireworks before realizing the rapid succession of gunfire was real. It was like 10 pops, then silence, then another round of shots, said one neighbor, speaking anonymously out of fear. The rural nature of the area complicated emergency response with narrow farm roads and large fields. Ambulances and tactical teams struggled to navigate quickly. Helicopters were reportedly deployed to airlift the most critical victims. Nearby schools briefly issued a shelter-in-place order, locking down classrooms until the scene was under control. Parents rushed to pick up their children after the alert was lifted, though no students were harmed or directly involved. The Mexican consulate in Philadelphia issued an unusual advisory to Mexican nationals living in the surrounding counties, urging them to follow official instructions and avoid the area until further notice. Governor Josh Shapiro canceled scheduled appearances to rush to York County, where he's expected to meet with law enforcement leaders and families of the injured. Our officers put their lives on the line every day. Today's violence is another painful reminder of the dangers they face, Shapiro said in an early statement this morning. Lieutenant Governor Austin Davis called for prayers. This is a tragic day for Pennsylvania. We are keeping every victim, every officer, and every family member in our thoughts. The Pennsylvania Attorney General Office also announced it would monitor the investigation closely, signaling that the shooting may raise questions about how the warrant was planned and executed. Why warrants are so dangerous? Serving warrants has historically been one of the riskiest aspects of law enforcement. Officers often homes where suspects may be armed, desperate, or under the influence in rural areas like North Codorus Township. Suspects can use barns, fields, or wooded lots as defensive cover, turning what would be a short encounter into a drawn-out standoff. The incident echoes other high-profile strategies, like in 2022, officers serving a warrant in Kentucky were ambushed, leaving 3 dead. Also in 2020, the death of Broena Taylor during a no-knock warrant in Louisville sparked national protests and calls for reform. And also in 2016, 2 officers in Pennsylvania were ambushed during a routine service in a rural township, leading to statewide changes in training protocols. Each of these cases raised the same haunting question. Are warrants being served with enough planning, intelligence, and backup to prevent bloodshed? Let me know in the comments what you think. This shooting comes during a time of heightened concern about violence against police officers nationwide. According to FBI data, officers shooting have risen steadily over the past 3 years, with rural ambush style attacks becoming more common. On the flip side, public trust in law enforcement is fragile, especially after the years of debate about police accountability. Critics argue that aggressive or poorly planned tactics can provoke violence, while supporters stress that criminals who resist lawful warrants are to blame. Today's shooting will undoubtedly add fuel to this national debate, particularly as details emerge about why the warrant was being served, and what intelligence officers had about the suspect threat levels, and whether additional safety measures could have prevented bloodshed. Historically, and community impact in York County is no stranger to difficult chapters in law enforcement history. In the 1960s, the county made headlines during civil rights tensions. In recent decades, it has worked hard to maintain a reputation as a safe agricultural community. For many residents, today's shooting is not just a local tragedy. It is a trauma that threatens the perception of safety in their small towns. Community vigils are already being planned for this weekend, even before the full details are known. Now, my closing discussion to this. The Pennsylvania shooting forces us to confront unsettling truths, like law enforcement faces real lethal dangers when serving even routine warrants. Rural communities are not immune to certain eruptions of violence. Transparency about what happened today will be critical to both public trust and officers' morale. Now here we go. I wanna ask you guys something here. Should states rethink how warrants are served, especially in rural areas where suspects may be heavily armed? Do we need laws lighten certain warrant tactics, or should the focus be on harsher penalties for those who open fire on officers? And how do we strike the balance between officer safety, community protection, and constitutional rights? Let me know in the comments what you think about that. And like I always say, we'll go back to those answers next show. Alrighty. Now today, a body of a missing teenager was found in a Tesla. In a disturbing turn of events, authorities have confirmed that a 15-year-old reported missing over a year ago was found deceased in a Tesla registered to alt-pop artist D4VD, David Anthony Burke. Her name is Celeste Rivas Hernandez from Lake Elsinore, Riverside County. The discovery has sparked widespread shock, legal scrutiny, online frenzy, and a host of unanswered questions. On September 8th, 2025, workers at a Hollywood tow yard reported a foul odor coming from an impound Tesla. When the car was inspected, human remains were found inside of a bag placed in the front trunk, also called the frunk of the vehicle. The body was in a decomposed state and not intact. The vehicle had been abandoned on a street in the Hollywood Hills for some time. Residents say for more than a month before it was towed to the impound yard. Wow, took a month. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner recently confirmed that the body is that of Celeste Rivas, a 15-year-old missing since April 5th of 2024 from Lake Elsinore. She would originally have disappeared at age 13. Her identity was verified via forensic and analysis and by a distinctive tattoo on her right index finger with the word "shh," which matches the tattoo the medical examiner found on the remains. Her mother additionally confirmed that the tattoo corresponds to Celeste's. Um, The cause and manner of death still under investigation. The medical examiner has referred an official cause of death for now. Whether Celeste had any connection to D4VD beyond ownership registration of the vehicle is not clear. Authorities have not confirmed her relationship to him, if any. No suspect has been publicly identified. No charges filed at present. The LAPD Robbery Homicide Division is leading the investigation. D4VD publicist says he is fully cooperating with the investigation. Tour dates have been affected. His Seattle show on September 17th, which was today, was canceled. Upcoming performances in San Francisco September 19th and Los Angeles September 20th remain scheduled at this time. Social media has exploded with grief, accusations, and speculations. Many fans and the public are pressing for transparency about how the body ended up in the Tesla, how the car was abandoned for so long, and what responsibility D4VD may have. Brands tied to D4VD are under pressure. Some have pulled promotional material pending further information. The cases raises broader questions about safety of minors, about missing persona cases that go cold, and about how celebrities vehicle usage and ownership of asset intersect with investigations. And why this case hits hard, guys, is that there is something unequivocally hard to process about a teen who has been missing, then found in such circumstances with signs of decomposition, abandonment. In many days, with signs of decomposition, abandonment, and many days of being undiscovered, despite being in a public area. It highlights the limit of missing persons investigations, especially when someone is missing but not high profile, or when reports are filed but follow-ups are minimal. The tattoo detail adds a layer of emotional symbolic weight. It's an identifying mark, but also a chilling phrase giving what seems to have happened. And here's my question and discussion with you guys. What should the standard for investigating claims when minors go missing, not just immediate, but over time? Should there be a stricter law or protocols around vehicles registered to public figures, especially when they are abandoned? And in situation like this, how do we balance respecting due process with public demand for accountability and speed and answers? So let me know in the comments section what you guys think about the situation of this young lady. And now, guys, we're going back to the most tragic and controversy of for the past week now. Charlie Kirk, a name that has loomed large in conservative youth activism, was fatally shot one of his events at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah, on September 10th, 2025. He was 31 years old, and the suspect shooter, Tyler Robinson, age 22, was arrested shortly thereafter. He now faces charges that include aggravated assault, witness tampering, and obstruction of justice. Prosecutors are pursuing the death penalty in his case. Kirk was founder and CEO of Turning Point USA, a group he co-founded when he was just 18, dedicated to educating young people about conservative values, free markets, and limited government. Over the years, he became one of the most prominent voices among young conservatives, known for provocative statements, viral videos, and social media campaigns, and frequent jabs at identity politics and progressive talking points. And in the wake of his death, there has been strong national reaction, condemnation across party lines, debates over political rhetoric, how polarized speech may escalate into violence, and calls for safety at public events. Turning Point USA has described Kirk as having died doing what he loved, fighting for truth, for faith, for family, and for America. Here's some funeral and memorial details. The memorial service is scheduled for this Sunday, September 21st, 2025, at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, at home stadium of the Arizona Cardinals. Doors open at 8 a.m. local time, and the program will begin at 11 a.m. Among those delivering remarks will be Erica Kirk, Charlie's widow, President Donald Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and others, including Marco Rubio, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Pete Hegseth, Tulsi Gabbard, Donald Trump Jr., Stephen Miller, and Sergio Gore, and more speakers are expected to be announced still. The event will be open to the public, though registration is required. First come, first serve by stadium capacity. In the dress code, they already have came up with, it's called Wear Your Sunday Best, especially red, white, or blue. Additional words here. Charlie Kirk's work was controversial to many, but also deeply influential among a large segment of youth conservatives. His death is now more than just news. It forces questions about how ideas turn physical, how activism sometimes becomes dangerous, and how communities respond to loss. There are also political implications. Trump promises to posthumously award Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom. This event is already being framed by some as not just a memorial but rallying point. The Texas Youth Summit, for example, is preparing for record turnout and higher security because of Kirk's death. Oh. Well, what happened here? That's not good. I had a discussion there, but no discussion is written right now, so I'm gonna ask it freeing it here. So I want to know your thoughts about what's happening with the Kirk situation. What do you guys think about the issues that have arisen now on political matter and what has affected people of the community now? So please leave me a comment below, and we'll get back to you on the next episode, and we'll go through the questions. Now we're going on to the investigation into the Martravian Trey Reed's death, the tragic, mysterious death of the Martravian Trey Reed, a 21-year-old student at Delta State University, DSU, continues to dominate headlines and fuel urgent calls for transparency. Reed was found hanging from a tree on the campus Monday morning, September 15 of 2025. Sparking outrage, confusion, and nationwide concern. While authorities initially report no signs of foul play, many unanswered questions remain, and his family is demanding questions. The initial findings, according to the Bolivar County Coroner's Office, Reed's body was discovered around 7:05 a.m. near the DSU pickleball courts. The preliminary autopsy indicates no broken bones or visible injuries consistent with assault, which has been cited as reason the death is being treated as a non-criminal at this time. However, inconsistencies in report have raised concern. The family was initially told Reed had been found in his dorm room, a claim later contradicted by the actual discovery of his body outdoors. This conflicting information has contributed to mounting skepticism about the official's account of events. Local authorities are reviewing campus security footage and other digital evidence to piece together the events leading up to Reed's death. Though details of this footage have not been publicly disclosed. Reed's family has made it clear they are not satisfied with preliminary statements from law enforcement. They have retained civil rights attorney Ben Crump, renowned from representing families in high-profile cases involving racial injustice. Crump has stressed the need for an independent autopsy, citing the discrepancies in official statements and the unusual circumstances surrounding the death. We cannot accept vague conclusions when so many questions remain, Crump said in a recent statement. He has called for a full investigation and account for all evidence, witnesses, and potential contributing factors, ensuring that truth is uncovered for Trey and his family. Community reaction. The DSU community has been left reeling. Students, faculty, and alumni have expressed shock and sorrow, with many gathering on campus to hold vigils in Reed's honor. Nationally, civil rights organizations are highlighting the case as part of a broader concern regarding racially sensitive deaths on college campuses. Social media and news outlets have implied calls for accountability, transparency, and thorough investigation. The tragic circumstances of Reed's death have ignited debates about campus safety, mental health resources, and procedural transparency. In cases of unexpected student deaths, experts suggest that while investigators are ongoing, families must have full access to information and independent verification to maintain trust in the process. Some next steps. Authorities have confirmed that the investigation is ongoing. The Bolivar County Coroner's Office and local law enforcement are reviewing all available evidence, including video footage and witness statements, to determine exactly what happened. Meanwhile, Reed's family is pushing for answers and justice, emphasizing that transparency is critical. As the story unfolds, the public and campus community will be watching closely, demanding clarity and accountability for a younger life lost under the troubling circumstances. Now, here's my discussion questions for you guys for this one. What roles should universities play in ensuring transparency when a student dies under unclear circumstances? How can families of victims ensure their voices are heard when local authorities release conflicting information? What system can be put in place to prevent miscommunication and maintain trust between law enforcement and communities in sensitive cases like this? Make sure you leave me in the comments. What do you guys think? Moving on. Now, with these three tragedies, a political motivation attack, and a high profile cultural case, in the mysterious death of a young student, do you believe that public visibility, rhetoric, or influence inherently increase risk? How much responsibility should public figures, institutions, and media have to have for their word and associations? And how should society, fans, and legal systems respond when lines are blurred or crossed? You let me know in the comments. Now, moving on to the next, we're going into now. All right, yeah, here we go. Russia's systematic re-education and militarization of Ukrainian children, uh, and a disturbing man. Let me take a sip of this drink. Success. That's from the show. That little sound right there comes from a show called The Jessup Show Legacy. If you search that right now on YouTube, Jessup Show Legacy, it will show you a guy named Producer Mike Presents. He is the main host of the Movement Show that also comes on the same YouTube page. I am the co-host of that show every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to check us out. Shout out to Steve Jessup and the crew. Eddie Weber, the Bucklands, Crawface, Lando, Nikki, or Nix. Sorry about that. Man, many people. Many people. Shout all of you. Okay. Whoop. Just made me nervous. There we go. In a disturbing revelation, a recent report by Yale University Humanitarian Research Lab has uncovered a vast network of over 200 facilities across Russia occupied Ukrainian territories. Sorry about that. Where Ukrainian children have been subjected to forced re-education and militarization programs. This extensive operation initiated following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. Sorry about that. Has raised significant concerns among international observers and human rights organizations. Here's the scope and scale of the operation. The Yale report titled Ukraine Stolen Children identifies at least 210 facilities involved in the systematic deportation, re-education, and militarization of Ukrainian minors. These sites include camps, military bases, school, and religious institutions, with over half being directly managed by Russia governmental bodies. The facilities are spread across Russia and temporarily occupied regions of Ukraine, such as Crimea, Luhansk, Donetsk, Zaporizhzhia, Kherson, Kharkiv, in Mariupol. Yale School Public, according to the Yale School of Public Health. The study estimates that approximately 35,000 Ukrainian children have been forcibly taken during the ongoing war and dispersed across these facilities. Some children were initially... Man, I'm so sorry. Some children were initially went under the guise of temporary programs, but have been held indefinitely with title to no contact with their families. The program at these facilities are multifaceted, aiming to indoctrinate children with pro-Russia ideologies and prepare them for future roles with Russia society. Key components include ideological introduction or indoctrination. Ideological indoctrination. At least 130 facilities focus on re-educating children to align them with Russia cultural and political narratives. This includes the promotion of Russia patriotism and the suppression of Ukrainian identity. Military training. Approximately 39 sites engage children in military drills, including drone assembly and weapon use. Children as young as 8 have been reported to participate in these activities, which also involve the production of military equipment like drones. coerced adoption and fostering. Some children have been placed in Russian families through coerced adoption programs, effectively severing their ties to their Ukrainian heritage. The scale and nature of these operations have drawn widespread condemnation from the international community. Ukrainian officials, including President Volodymyr Zelensky, have labeled these actions as attempt to erase Ukrainian identity and culture. The International Criminal Court has previously issued arrest warrants for Russia leadership over forced transfer and militarization of children, considering these actions as potential war crimes. Despite these allegations, the Russian government denies any wrongdoing, asserting that the relocations were conducted to ensure the safety of children amid the conflict. However, the evidence presented by the Yale report, including satellite imagery and testimonies from various sources, contradicts these claims and underscores the systematic nature of the operation. The broader implications, the revelation highlights a concerning trend in modern warfare, where targeting of children as a means of cultural and ideological warfare is becoming increasingly prevalent. The forced re-education and militarization of minors not only violates international laws protecting children's rights, but also pose long-term risks to regional stability and peace. The international community faces a critical juncture in addressing these violations. There is a pressing need for coordinated efforts to hold accountable those responsible for those actions, to provide support for the affected children and their families. Additionally, there must be concerted push to strengthen international norms and mechanisms to prevent the exploitation of children in conflict zones. Here's my questions to you guys. What measures can the international community take to ensure the protection of children in conflict zones and prevent their exploitations for ideological or military purpose? How can global institutions enhance accountability mechanisms to address violations involving the forced re-education and militarization of minors? In what ways can countries support the reintegration of children affected by such programs and assist in the restoration of their cultural identities? So make sure that you leave me your response in the bottom, and we'll go from there on the next show, and we'll go through it. Let me just check here, making sure everybody's watching and enjoying the show. Thank you very much for watching again. Moving on. Take a sippity sip of this. Okay. Oof. All right. ABC suspends Jimmy Kimmel live indefinitely following remarks on Charlie Kirk's death. In a movement that has rocked the late-night television world, ABC announced indefinite suspension of Jimmy Kimmel, following the host Jimmy Kimmel's controversial comments about the recent death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. The decision comes amid backlash from media partners, the Federal Communications Commission, and a heated national debate about media responsibility and free speech. As you guys already know, Charlie Kirk was murdered on September. Well, let's not say murdered. That's not the word I wanted to use. He was assassinated September 10th of 2025. In Jimmy Kimball's statement in September 16 monologue, Kimball addressed Kirk's death, suggesting that Robinson's actions were politically motivated. Kimball stated, quote, "We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang tried to characterize this kid who killed Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them." He also criticized the right-wing response to the tragedy, accusing some Republicans of attempting to score political points from the killing. These remarks quickly ignited controversy, leading to sharp reactions from broadcasters and regulatory officials alike. Some reactions here. Next Media Group, which owns numerous ABC affiliated stations across the country, was among the first to respond. The company announced that it would preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live on its stations, citing Kimmel's remarks as offensive and insensitive and inconsistent with the values of the communities they serve. Andrew Alford, president of Nexstar Broadcasting Division, emphasized the importance of respectful and constructive dialogue during sensitive times, highlighting the late night commentary should not exacerbate tensions following a tragic event. Following Nexstar announcement, ABC confirmed the indefinite suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live, stating simply, Jimmy Kimmel Live will be preempted indefinitely. As of now, the network has not specified a return date for the show, nor they have outlined alternative programming for the affected time slot. No official statement has been issued by Jimmy Kimmel himself. Some FCC concerns. The controversy drew attention from the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, with Chairman Brendan Carr criticizing Kimmel's comments and suggesting that broadcasters like ABC parent company Disney should monitor host conducts more closely. Carr highlighted that the broader responsibility networks haven't balanced free expression with the potential influence of their broadcasts on national discourse, particularly during moments of heightened public sensitivity. Ongoing developments in national debate. This suspension has sparked a nationwide discussion about the role of late-night hosts in shaping political conversation, the limit of comedy in the context of tragedy, and the line between free speech and offensive commentary. Media analysis predict continued scrutiny of ABC's decision, with some praising the network for taking swift action, while other warn it could set a precedent for self-censorship in broadcast media. And here's my discussions about this topic. Please make sure to leave your answers in the comments. Should late night hosts be held accountable for comments made in the context of political or social commentary, especially following tragedies? How should networks balance freedom of expression with public sensitivity and responsibility? Does public backlash or regulatory scrutiny influence the ethics and decisions making of broadcasters, and is this appropriate? So let me know what your answers are about that in the comments. Take this off real quick. Oh, that was a heck of a topic. All right, moving along. Bad Bunny faces legal challenges amidst global tour. Puerto Rican megastar Bad Bunny, Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, is navigating several high-profile legal disputes that have drawn international attention. These cases span issues of intellectual property, personal privacy, and concert footage distribution, highlighting the complexities of fame in the digital age. Unauthorized use of voice recordings. In one prominent legal battle, Bad Bunny was ordered to pay $40 million to his former partner, Carlis de la Cruz Hernandez, for using voice recording she provided him prior to his rise to fame. Recording featuring phrase "Bad Bunny Baby" was used in multiple songs, including Pa Ti in 2016, without her consent. De la Cruz claims she was misled into signing contracts she did not fully understand, and was offered only $2,000 for the usage of her voice despite the song's massive success. The court ruled in her favor, citing unauthorized use and emotional distress caused by the exposure. Lawsuit over unauthorized use of Holmes' likeness. 84-year-old Puerto Rican homeowner Roman Carrasco Delgado filed a lawsuit alleging that Bad Bunny used the likeness of his salmon-colored home in Humacao in concert stages and music videos without permission. Carrasco claimed his home inspired La Casita replica featured in concerts and argues that his privacy has been severely disrupted by visitors and social media attention. The lawsuit seeks at least $1 million for damages and emotional distress. Legal action over unauthorized concert footage. Bad Bunny has also pursued legal action against fans who uploaded unauthorized concert footage to platforms such as YouTube. One fan recorded multiple videos during a February 21st concert in Salt Lake City, which were posted without the artist's consent. Bad Bunny asserts ownership of the live performance rights, arguing that unauthorized uploads deprive him of control over his content distribution and the ability to monetize it legally. He claims fans leverage his music and name to attract views, ad, and revenue improperly. Broader applications, these legal challenges illustrate the complexities artists face in protecting their intellectual property and personal privacy in the digital age. While fans often see sharing content as a tribute, artists are increasingly vigilant about unauthorized usage and the rights to their work. Bad Bunny does have a final performance amidst these ongoing lawsuits. Bad Bunny has announced that his last performance for this era of his global tour will take place this Saturday, September 20th, 2025 in San Juan, Puerto Rico. This final show has generated intense anticipation among fans who are eager to see the artist close out this chapter live despite legal distractions. This concert is expected to feature elaborate stage setups including La Casita, and is likely to be once in a lifetime experience for attendees, marking a significant movement in Bad Bunny's career. Discussions here. Make sure to leave your comments. How should artists balance for fan engagement with protecting intellectual property and privacy? What responsibilities do fans have when sharing content related to artists, and where should the line be drawn? How might Bad Bunny's legal challenge and final concert influence other artists as managing their digital and live content? So make sure you leave me your answers in the comments. All right, I'll be watching. And we're moving now to something big. Yeah, we're moving to something big now. We're moving to WWE Wrestlepalooza 2025, streaming on ESPN. As the weekend approaches, guys, WWE fans have major events to look forward, like the revival of Wrestlepalooza. It's taking place on Saturday, September 20th in 2025, this Saturday, in Indianapolis. This event marks a significant moment for sports entertainment, reflecting both end-of-an-era storylines and shifts in how fans access live content. Wrestlepalooza promises headlines grabbing appearances like John Cena in his farewell year, offering what could be one of his final major WWE appearances. Brock Lesnar returning to deliver high-impact matches and reignite fan excitement. AJ Lee making a highly anticipated comeback to energize the women's division and revive long-standing storylines. These returns and farewells underscore a broader theme, the passing of eras in professional wrestling, with iconic performers closing chapters while fresh storylines and talents emerge. So, for the first time in a main roster, premium WWE event will stream via the ESPN app. This is more than distribution change. It presents sports entertainment moving into a mainstream sports media, placing wrestling alongside football, basketball, and boxing. Fans no longer need WWE Network subscriptions or pay-per-view access, or not even Peacock anymore if you didn't want. But stay in Peacock if you want to watch any of the other shows that they'll have there, because remember, everything is money. But anyway, The event is now integrated into a widely used sports platform, signaling WWE's strategic evolution to reach broader audiences and casual viewers. Wrestlepalooza illustrates several key trends here, guys. End of an era symbolism, John Cena's farewell, and AJ Lee's return highlight transition that resonates with fans and the industry. Platform evolution, streaming on ESPN reflects the shift from niche subscription services to mainstream accessible platforms. Financial and cultural pressures from sponsorships to broadcasting rights. WWE continues to navigate the complex balance between revenue, fans experience, and legacy storytelling. Here's my discussion about that. Make sure you leave your answers in the comments. Does streaming Wrestlepalooza on ESPN signal that wrestling is now considered a mainstream sport, or is it still a fundamentally entertainment? How do high-profile returns and farewells like John Cena's and AJ Lee's impact for engagement and perception of WWE storylines? What does the shift to major sports platforms mean for the future of live entertainment and the way fans interact with it? Make sure you leave me your answers at the bottom, please. Thank you. Oh, a little quick shout out here, little intermission. Shout out to the Kimmel Hotel and Tavern out in Kleinfeltersville, Pennsylvania. Seth and Jamie will gladly take care of you there. They got great food, great vibe, great music, great hangout. You can take your friends and family. Go check them out. If you want to know more, check out one of my last podcasts. I have all the information, like the phone number, the address. So yeah, check all that out. Unless, should we do it? Should we do it? I think we're going to do it. All right, here we go. 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 Here you have it, guys. Kimmel Hotel and Tavern, Kleinfeltersville, Pennsylvania. Open from Wednesday to Sunday. Wednesday 4 to 9, Thursday 4 to 9, Friday 4 to 10, Saturday 12 p.m. to 10 p.m., Sunday 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Phone number is 717-949-8413. Address is 2647 Heidelberg Avenue, Kleinfeltersville, Pennsylvania. Make sure to give them a call and make a reservation. They're great people, great food. Make sure to try out the peanut butter and jelly burger. That's one of their specials there. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. Just leaving that up real quick for you guys to see it. Now we're moving along. Now back to the show. Yes, we're happy. Thank you. All right. All right. Let's see here. Where was I? All right. Moving right along to the next this next subject here. Asteroid 2025 tonight. There's an asteroid passing Earth, and I'm telling you, but I mean passing Earth closely. It's called the FA-22. It's a skyscraper-sized. So let's see. Astronomers are preparing for a cosmic event that has captured the attention of both the scientific community and the space enthusiasts around the world. A skyscraper-sized asteroid, officially designated 2025 FA22, is set to make a close flyby of Earth on Thursday, September 18th. Discovered earlier this year in March 2025 by the Pan-STARRS 2 telescope in Hawaii, the asteroid initially triggered concern due to preliminary calculations, suggesting a tiny chance of impact in the distant future around 2089. Unfortunately, follow-up observations and refined modeling have ruled out any immediate danger. Still, the asteroid's approach remains a significant event for astronomers and planetary defense agency and the general public. 2025 FA22 asteroid is an estimated to measure between 427 and 951 feet long, approximately 130 to 290 meters, which is roughly the eight of 30 to 80 story building. To put that in perspective, as asteroid of this size would cause catastrophic damage if it struck Earth, potentially leveling cities and creating widespread destruction. The flyby itself is safe, with the asteroid passing at a distance of about 520,000 miles. That's 835,000 kilometers from our planet. Traveling at a blistering 24,000 miles per hour or 38,600 kilometers per hour. While it poses no direct threat, its presence offers a valuable opportunity for scientific observation and public engagement. Why is this scientifically significant? It's because it's beyond the spectacle. The flyby provides a critical test of our planetary defense capabilities. Facilities like NASA Goldstone radar and the International Asteroid Warning Network will track 2025 FA22 closely, using a radar and optical observations to refine orbital predictions, model future flybys, and improve global warning systems. Scientists emphasize that such events are not merely for observation. They are training exercises for real planetary defense scenarios, helping prepare humanity for the eventuality of a hazardous object on a collision course with Earth. For this time, the virtual telescope project will offer a live stream of the flyby, allowing amateur astronomers, students, and the public to witness the event in real time. Such success underscores the growing role of technology in connecting people globally to space, science, and exploration. Here's my discussion. To you guys, make sure you leave your answers in the comments. Asteroid flybys like this 2025 FA22 reminds us of our vulnerability in the cosmic landscape. How can public engagement and scientific preparedness work together to ensure where we are ready for future threats from space? Are these exercises enough to build a real planetary defense capability? Let me know in the comments what you think. Now we're going to be moving on to markets, trades, and global instability. While humanity looks to the skies, the world on Earth faces its own set of complex challenges. Today, financial headlines highlight volatility and trade tensions and potential shifts in policy that could have far-reaching impacts on the global economy. Investors are closely watching the interest rate cut by the Federal Reserve, the first of 2025. Market participants are sensitive not only to the immediate action, but also to the accompanying language. Any indications that the Fed may continue lowering rates in the near future, what economists call dovish guidance, could trigger sharp swings in stock markets, impacting investments, consumer confidence, and borrowing costs. Trade relations between U.S. and China remain a focal point for its economic risks. Recently, China expanded its ban on certain NVIDIA AI chips, including the RTX Pro 6000D, instructing major tech companies to halt current purchases and cancel pending orders. This move is part of China's ongoing strategy to reduce reliance on U.S. Hardware among escalating tech and geopolitical tensions. Analysts warn that such restrictions could ripple through global supply chain, affecting not only technology productions but also innovation, investment, and international cooperation. Meanwhile, the tech sector is seeing notable activity. StubHub has priced the shares at $23.50, $23.50, raising approximately $800 million value. The 800. Man, so sorry, my chair. It's hurting me. StubHub has priced shares at $23.50, raising approximately $800 million, valuing the company at $8.8 billion ahead of its NYSE debut under ticker STUB. Meta is unveiling Hypernova, a new AI-powered smart glasses product, at its developer conference starting today, aiming to establish strong foothold in the emerging augmented reality and AI wearable space. These developments illustrate how finance, tech innovation, and market expectations are deeply intertwined, with even minor policy shifts potentially triggering wide-reaching effects. The economic stories underscore the fragility and interconnection of global systems. Trade bans, supply chain distributions, and monetary policy decisions have the power to impact not only markets but daily life, from the availability of products to borrow costs and innovation opportunities. While asteroid flybys highlight our preparedness for cosmic threats, economic volatility reminds us that human systems are equally, if not more, fragile, demanding constant vigilance and proactive policy. Between cosmic threats, can we track like asteroids, flybys, and economic risks driven by trade, regulation, and market expectations? Which do you think we are less prepared for? Where should we invest more attention in space-based defense or economic and policy resilience at home? You guys let me know in the comment sections, all right? Here we go. Political tension and shutdown fears. The United States is once again teetering on the edge of major governmental impasse, as Congress struggles to pass a stopgap funding bill that would prevent a government shutdown. The stakes are higher than usual, and the current debate underscores the deep division that continue to challenge the federal system. Democrats in Congress are pushing for a package that includes healthcare initiatives, the restoration of the NIH funding, and an extension of Affordable Care Act tax credits. They argue that these measures are essential for public health, scientific advancement, and protecting vulnerable populations. On the other side, Republicans are advocating for high security provisions, including more than $80 million in funding for security measures for lawmakers. For lawmakers, judges, and public officials. This push is framed around concerns about political violence, which have been heightened by recent events such as the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Republican lawmakers emphasize that these threats are real and the additional security is necessary precaution to protect public servants in institutions. Well, the mechanic of passing a stopgap bill may sound procedural. The stakes are tangible for millions of Americans. A shutdown would immediately impact federal workers, delay social services, and disrupt healthcare access. Scientific research funding would pause, and the essential government functions could be temporarily suspended. Economically, certainly from potential shutdown, has immediate consequences. Investors' confidence weakens, markets become volatile, and business hesitates to make new investments or expansions. On a community level, citizens feel affected. Through increased stress, uncertainty, and about social safety nets, skepticism about the government's ability to function efficiently. Ah, Perhaps more concerning is that continued erosion of public trusts in Congress. Polling, polling consistently shows low favorability ratings, with many Americans perceiving that politicians prioritize power, image, and media visibility over public service. The shutdown debate reinforces this perception, leaving constituents frustrated and fatigued by the recurring cycle of political brinkmanship. The assassination of Charlie Kirk has added a new dimension of urgency, reminding the public and lawmakers alike that the rhetoric and civility matters. Uh, Many voices call for calm and responsible discourse, but translating rhetoric into action remains challenging. Here's my discussion about this. What a potential government shutdown looming, heightened political tension, and public trusts eroding. How could citizens hold lawmakers accountable? Should measures like security funding and healthcare initiatives take priority? And how can political leaders balance safety, governments, and public confidence during these crises? Let me know in the comments what you think. We're gonna take a quick like a few minute break real quick, and then I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're back. Don't you worry, we're back. I just had to take a quick second, real quick. All right, moving to AI and minors risk and regulations. Uh, this week in Washington, Senate hearing highlighted real concerning allegations from parents across the country. Testimonies focused on a case where AI chatbots provided inappropriate or psychologically harmful advice to minors. Concerns including exposure to risky content and misinformation and insufficient human oversight in an AI-driven response. Lawmakers increasingly demanding regulations including mandatory age verification for AI platforms, safe content filters designed for children, transparency about data collection and use, mandatory crisis testing to prevent AI from offering harmful advice. Supporters of regulation argue that without safeguards, children could be exposed to manipulative content, cyberbullying, and other digital harms, which could have long term psychological and social consequences. Tech leaders warn the overly strict rules could stifle innovation. Many AI systems are evolving faster than legislation can keep up, and excessive regulation may slow development of tools with educational, medical, and creative benefits. Matthew Prince, CEO of Cloudflare, cautioned that AI answer engines are beginning to replace traditional search engines, summarizing content instead of linking to original creators. This trend risks undermining the free flow of information, reducing traffic for content creators, and threatening the economic models of independent journalism, educational platforms, and creative industries. This debate is not just legal or technical; it is a cultural, societal. Key key questions emerge: who owns the narrative in the digital age? Who profits from storytelling, journalism, and online content? Are large corporations and governments gradually reshaping the internet into a more controlled, curated space, limiting both creativity and access? The answers will be shaped not only for the future of AI, but also the broader structure of the free web and now societies engage with knowledge, culture, and information. Here's my discussion about that. Make sure you leave a comment below with your answer. As AI becomes more capable and accessible, how should society balance innovation with children's safety and content creator rights? Should regulation prioritize protecting minors, or should free information and innovation take precedence? What are the risks if AI continues to control how knowledge is distributed online? Make sure you leave your comments below. Okay, moving to the end now. Moving to the end. Docket team repeated themselves down here. I gotta fix that. All right, Bills. The sport world always gives us both escape and intensity right now. There are a few stories that deserve close attention, but the main one is the Bills versus the Miami Dolphins. It's game day tomorrow. The Buffalo Bills host the Miami Dolphins at Highmark Stadium, and this AFC East clash is shaping up to be huge. The Bills are coming off a 30-10 win over the Jets last Sunday, with James Cook rushing for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns, while defense limited New York to just 54 passing yards and no third down conversions. The Dolphins led by Tua Tagovailoa. Tagovailoa. I always mess up his name. Are looking for a statement win to shake up the division. Key players to keep an eye on are Cook for Buffalo, dynamic in the backfield, and Tyreek Hill for Miami, a game changer in any time he touches the ball. My predictions are I'm going 37 for Buffalo, and I'm going to be generous, and I'm going to say Miami's going to get maybe 22. With Josh Allen's arm, a strong offensive line, and a defense that is a tough to crack, the Bills should dominate tomorrow. This game has big playoffs implications. Buffalo could be sending a message to the league, but if Tua in Miami click early, it could get interesting. Either way, don't miss tomorrow's game. Let's see here. So yeah, here's my discussion area. Make sure you leave your comments. Uh, Bills versus Dolphins is tomorrow night. Who holds the real momentum? It is Buffalo or it's Miami. Opportunity bigger because everyone's count them out. Who wrote this? Who wrote this? Hey yo, what is this? Well, also beyond this game, does the passing of athletes like Ricky Hatton reminds us that sport is about more than entertainment. It's about legacy, morality, and community. RP, RP Ricky Hatton, UK, England boxer, um, which there's an investigation on that too, and I'll keep an eye on it. I don't have much here because the docket. Way to go, docket team! All right, I guess that's all we have today, guys. If out of all these topics that we had talked about today, I want you guys to leave me a comment in the bottom stating that you finished through the video or you wanted to know more about certain of these topics. Make sure to keep an eye out on the sky and make sure to tune in on the website to watch the meteor to fly by. It's gonna be very interesting. And yeah, heck yeah. We did it. We did it another episode, guys. We got to finish and we did it. We did it. All right. And before we wrap up, like I always say, I know that today's episode. All right, let me start from the beginning. I'm losing my train of thought here. That was so much information. But thank you for staying this long if you have watched it towards the end. But before we wrap up today on this episode, I want to take a moment to talk about something important: mental health. We cover a lot of heavy, intense topics here on Unbound, and it's completely normal for some of these stories that I have read to you or that I have brought to you today. They may feel overwhelming or triggering. If you or someone you know is struggling, help is available. You can reach out confidently to trained professionals right now. You can call or text at 988 the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's always available 24/7 for support. And you can also contact the 1-800-662-4357, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, for guidance and resources. Remember, you are not alone, and seeking help is a sign of strength. Even a small step, like calling or texting a counselor, can make a huge difference. And take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, and let's keep supporting mental wellness in our communities. I want to give a big thanks, but before we do that, uh, remember that this show is about staying informed, asking tough questions, and keeping the conversation going. I want to hear from you, your thoughts on the shoot. Well, not on the shootings, but I want to hear the thoughts about Tyler Robinson. I want to hear your thoughts about the death of the gentleman that was hanging at DSU, and the body found of Celeste in Los Angeles in Tesla. So please drop it in the comments, and I'll read everything tomorrow on the show live. Big thanks to our supporters, the Kville, offering amazing food and vibes. And a reminder for anyone struggling, please reach out to 988 or 1-800-662-4357 for help. If you like this episode, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification so you never miss an Unbound live discussion. My air times are always Monday to Friday. I am supposed to have a set time. I don't have one yet, but let's just say it's always going to be in between 6:30 and 10:30. So sometimes we'll start at 6:30. Sometimes we're going to start at 10:30. Sometimes we're going to start at 8:30. So just make sure to hit that bell to make sure you get all the notifications when I go live. Yeah. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, and until next time, stay informed, stay curious, and always stay unbound. We'll catch you on episode 8 tomorrow. Wait. Before we let you fully go. Tomorrow, I said tomorrow there might be a show. There might be a show. There might not be a show tomorrow due to the game, the Buffalo Bills game. I don't know how long that's going to go for, but I am watching that show tomorrow, the game tomorrow. So what I need you guys to do is make sure you leave me a comment with the scores of your predictions between the Buffalo Bills versus the Miami Dolphins. And I'll try to search them before the game, and then I'll write everything up, and then we'll do the discussion tomorrow night. So maybe more than likely tomorrow night will just be a discussion about football. It's going to be a late one. It might not be at 10:30 tomorrow. It actually might be a midnight show or 1 o'clock show. So I want you guys to stay tuned. Keep an eye out. And if you don't see me tomorrow going live, we will be going live and repeating everything that happened tomorrow on Friday's show. So that means that Friday's show is going to be humongous. So make sure to keep an eye out on that. And, well, again, we'll catch you until next time. Stay informed, stay curious, and as always, stay unbound. Shout out to the Jessup group. Shout out to producer Mike. Shout out to my dad, drummer. Shout out to my buddy Storm. What's going on, dude? Little reminder that I hope my co-hosts show up soon. Have a good night, everybody.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.